LEGO's been around for almost 100 years now. They've seen some great success since the start, but they certainly don't have a perfect record. Here are some of LEGO's biggest fails that they definitely don't want you to know about. First, we have Scala, which was pretty much a LEGO Barbie knockoff. This set was actually a reboot of an earlier version that was released in 1979. However, the first version only survived 1 year before getting discontinued, so I guess that the guys over at LEGO decided they would give it a second shot. The set featured the pretty standard offerings for dolls, being different clothes the dolls could be dressed in, and a set where you could play with the dolls. Now, just by looking at it, it's pretty clear why the reboot failed as well. The only thing about this that resembles actual Legos were some random flowers in the set. Other than those few pieces, nothing about this product line actually resembled Lego, meaning that there was very little support for the product, especially since it was pretty clearly knocking off Barbie dolls, a product space that was already dominated by Mattel when the product was rebooted. Next up, we have Galador, another failed LEGO product that didn't even really resemble LEGO at all. Looking at the Galador sets, you can see how weird the characters look. The only thing they had going for them is that they had interchangeable arms, which is a function I don't really see the value in, but that's besides the point. Other than that, the Galador product line had zero resemblance to any LEGO offerings at the time, and ended up failing because of that. That's not to mention that the sets were based off of a TV show that on its own already wasn't very popular either. Released in 2002, Galador, Defenders of the Outer Dimension, was the sci-fi show that these figures were based on. But if there was any LEGO product that I would say was doomed to fail, it would have to be these ones. Looking back on it, the show only aired for 3 months in total, and only ever showed 24 episodes. Out of those episodes, the show is rated a mere 4 out of 10 by IGN. So with the poor performance of the program these minifigures were based on, and the extremely awkward likeness of the production figures, I'm not really surprised by the fact that this is one of LEGO's biggest failures. Some LEGOs may perform badly in stores, but I don't think many that hit the shelves actually lose the company money. This is the LEGO Technic fiber optic multi-set. Wow, that's a big name. Anyways, the main selling point of this set is the fact that you can build many different models from the one set of pieces, being a boat, helicopter, car, and so many more. The gimmick with this set is the fiber optic light cables that go across the set. These would actually light up when powered by a battery. However, the issue with it is that these fiber optic lights ended up costing LEGO more to manufacture than they could actually sell the entire set for. Obviously, this ended up being a huge issue for LEGO because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize losing money is not good for a business. This set retailed for about $70 back in 1996, so those must have been some really expensive lights for LEGO to actually lose money on each set they sent out to stores. As we can see from the previous items, LEGO has had their fair share of negative reviews for when they stray too far from their normal product lines. However, the LEGO Bionicles were actually far from this. Bionicles was a completely unique story that LEGO produced from 2001 to 2010 on its first run, featuring different mechanical heroes, elemental powers, artifacts, and more. Needless to say, the show was super popular on its first go-around, and so were the LEGO sets that came with it. The original Bionicle sets had a pretty simplistic design, but definitely explained what the show had to offer, featuring all of the different characters and their powers. This all came crashing down in 2015 when the show was rebooted by the people over at LEGO, but this time it didn't last nearly as long. The Bionicles reboot only lasted a mere 2 years compared to 9 years the first time around, and with the subpar performance on the show came poor performance on the LEGO sets that came with it. The rebooted characters definitely look cool, however with much less interest in the show, the Bionicles sets didn't do well in stores, leading to a small number of Bionicles reboot sets ever being released, and eventually this led to them being discontinued. But there is a rumor that Bionicles could come back in the future, and with this, they would definitely have some LEGO sets to accompany it, but I don't really know why they would want to do that a second time after it failed the first. LEGO has faced challenges when straying too far from their traditional product lines, and the Nexo Knights TV show is a prime example of this. Launched in 2016, Nexo Knights aimed to blend medieval knights with futuristic technology, introducing what seemed like a unique and new storyline. However, the show struggled to gain widespread popularity, and despite efforts to build a solid storyline and narrative, Nexo Knights did not resonate as strongly with audiences as LEGO would have hoped. In the end, there were only 40 total episodes, and the overall rating of the show on IMDb is a mere 5 out of 10. The sets associated with Nexo Knights face similar challenges. While the sets actually weren't that bad, incorporating a fusion of traditional and futuristic elements didn't really catch on with the LEGO fanbase. The disconnect between the show's performance and the set's appeal contributed to challenges in stores, and ultimately Nexo Knights struggled to achieve the same level of success as other champion sets to their TV shows, leading to a a decline in interest and eventual discontinuation. Next up, we get to see another one of LEGO's poor attempts at knocking off another popular toy company, Technic. In total, LEGO produced 19 Znap sets from 1998 to 1999, but their unoriginality shined through, leading to the set's failure. With its alternative method of connection, LEGO tried to take a shot at competing with Technic, an already popular construction toy brand, when the sets were released. The set was one of several LEGO product lines with an alternative building method, and these types of sets often led to them being rejected by fans of LEGO due to the fact that they don't interact with the original formats of LEGO sets. And because of fans' loyalty to the original method of brick building, overall we can see who won this battle. As a result, LEGO Snaps only had a short 2-year lifespan, and Technic has lived on. Here we have another one of LEGO's random spin-off storylines, but this one was particularly unsuccessful. The LEGO Aqua Raiders was a series of sets that was released back in 2007. There were 7 total sets that LEGO produced in this series before it got shut down. The largest set out of this series was Aqua Base Invasion, the Aqua Raiders underwater base. The base and the underwater vehicles mainly featured a yellow and black color scheme, while the divers were designed with blue and black wetsuits and blue goggles over black helmets. The sets featured a kraken, harpoon gun, treasure chests, and more, meaning nobody really knew what the real objective behind the set was. The theme of the sets were kind of random, and fans felt that it came out of nowhere without any real plot or connection to draw in customers to buy these sets. This was furthered by the fact that the sets didn't have any story or TV show that backed them up, leading to a huge lack of enthusiasm in the sets overall, and with this, the sales of the Aqua Raiders sets were poor as well. Next up, we have the LEGO Angry Birds movie set. This set featured a bunch of moving platforms and mechanisms, along with the bad piggies from the movies that you had to knock over, and a catapult of course. I've gotta hand it to them. The set is actually engineered pretty well and has some cool features, but the main reason people didn't like this set was because of the minifigures. The minifigures ended up looking like LEGO rushed the production process and just wanted to squeeze some extra cash out of the Angry Birds. This ended up blowing up in LEGO's face, as the set did not sell very well in stores, and to be honest, I can see why. Most of Minecraft's LEGO sets are instant hits and do extremely well for both Mojang and LEGO alike. With that in mind, it's hard to believe that the Minecraft Micro World sets did so poorly. There were a few different versions of this set released, depicting various biomes and landmarks like the End, Nether, villages, and mountains. However, this set was criticized heavily for the fact that it was simply super basic. The characters like Steve and the mobs were absolutely tiny, making this set a nightmare to interact with, as people would often lose pieces. Due to the tiny pieces and small piece count overall, fans didn't really appreciate the fact that the set was very minimalistic and did not do the beauty of Minecraft justice. Being the first LEGO Minecraft sets ever released, LEGO definitely took the feedback, as the Minecraft sets we see nowadays are extremely detailed and are a very solid middle ground between LEGO and Minecraft styles, representing Minecraft in a fun and interactive way with the various characters and biomes that we know and love. Next up, we have the Jackstone series, and just by looking at it, I think I'm starting to see a common theme with some of these sets. As evident from past instances, LEGO has faced criticism when deviating significantly from its usual product lines. However, the LEGO Jackstone sets experienced a unique set of challenges. Introduced in 2001, Jackstone targeted a younger age group with larger, simplified bricks and figures, trying to provide a more accessible building experience for younger kids. The sets featured larger, more simplistic pieces, which limited the creative potential for builders, and although aimed to cater to younger audiences, LEGO may have underestimated the building capabilities of their younger audience, leading to a really unenjoyable experience for fans when building with these sets. This, combined with the deviation from LEGO's classic style, ended up with the Jackstone series being discontinued after just 25 sets in total. Just like Bionicles, Ben 10 was an extremely popular TV show back in the early 2000s, and their LEGO sets were bound to be pretty popular as well. However, just like some of the previous mentions, LEGO underdelivered when it came to really representing the glory of an awesome show like Ben 10. The theme relied heavily on specialized pieces, designated to replicate the unique monsters that Ben can transform into in the show. This limited the versatility of the sets, a more traditional buildable LEGO set with bricks rather than simply assembling a character. In the grand scope of LEGO's offerings, the Ben 10 sets are remembered for its attempt to bring a popular animated series to the world of LEGO. However, the challenges it faced, including its reliance on specialized pieces, impacted its reception among LEGO enthusiasts, contributing to the product line's eventual discontinuation. While many of LEGO's current-day projects thrive, the LEGO Master Builder Academy told a much different story. The Master Builder Academy launched as a subscription-based program with the aim of teaching enthusiasts much more advanced building techniques by sending a new set monthly that eventually increased in difficulty. Customers would receive kits through a subscription, each focusing on specific building techniques and concepts. However, the program struggled to keep people interested, mostly due to its niche market, targeting advanced builders only. LEGO's reliance on a subscription model definitely wasn't a good choice, as people ended up paying $50 to $100 for sets that they weren't even happy with. Despite its goal of teaching advanced building skills, the Master Builder Academy faced a ton of challenges, and when combining this with poor reception from fans, the program was eventually discontinued. Unfortunately, there has never really been another LEGO program like the Master Builder Academy, which sucks because it would have been a really cool idea had it been executed just a little bit better. Next up, we have the LEGO Fusion app, something that really could have turned out to be an interesting product line, but ended up failing. The LEGO Fusion app was a companion mobile app to a series of sets that LEGO manufactured for it. The way it worked was that you could assemble the LEGO set and then launch the app and play mini games within the set that you just constructed. In an early attempt to blend physical brick building with augmented reality gameplay, the LEGO Fusion app was actually received pretty well by fans at first. However, it later faced criticism for its limited appeal and poor execution upon release. Despite the ambitious concept, LEGO Fusion really struggled to be widely applicable to the masses of LEGO fans, especially considering that you could only play it if you had the accompanying set, and with each set costing upwards of $35, it just really wasn't a good combination. Along with that, the constraints of early technology and challenges in integrating the augmented reality aspect of the game didn't work that well. I know, right? Shocking. The limited success and reception led to the eventual discontinuation of LEGO Fusion, emphasizing the importance of finding the right balance between innovation and audience appeal in LEGO's future products. Now, let's shift our focus to the LEGO Legends of Chima Speedors. Legends of Chima was initially introduced as a TV show, presenting a magical world where animal tribes fought for the life-giving substance known as Chi, and the Legends of Chima Speedors line within the show featured small vehicles called in competitive races on a track, just like in Mario Kart. Funnily enough, this is where some of the problems arise. Having been released in 2013, LEGO attempted to knock off Mario Kart and Nintendo, probably the worst time they could have ever chosen to do this, as back then, all anyone could think about was the Wii and Mario Kart. While some die-hard LEGO fans liked the concept, the game faced criticism for awful playability and perceived lack of any story tied to the actual Legends of Chima show. It just kind of seemed like a cash grab. The simplicity of the game, paired with concerns about their financial performance, contributed to their challenges of getting the game to catch on. The struggles of both the Legends of Chima show and its Speedors inevitably led it to being taken out of development and shut down. Next up, we have the LEGO Ultra Agents sets. First introduced in 2014, Ultra Agents embarked on a sci-fi action-packed adventure where a team of secret agents battled against an evil organization led by a group called Antimatter. The Ultra Agents sets featured futuristic vehicles, high-tech gadgets, and an overall interesting style, aiming to create yet another unique LEGO storyline. However, the theme faced challenges, particularly in its reliance on specialized pieces. I know, it's a common theme. Some enthusiasts criticized the sets for their limited versatility, taking away from cross-compatibility and creative expression. Additionally, the sets had a relatively short lifespan, running for about 2 years, and its discontinuation was influenced by a combination of things, including competition with other themes and the limitation of the specialized pieces. The struggles of the LEGO Ultra Agents theme highlight the struggles LEGO encounters when they try to go too far away from what fans are used to. Now, let's look at the LEGO Dimensions game, introduced in 2015 as another video game incorporating physical LEGO figures and LEGO sets. It was pretty much a reboot to a previously mentioned LEGO Fusion app, but it was more similar to what Skylanders was at the time. The game featured a unique concept where players could build and interact with physical LEGO character pucks that would then appear in the game. However, LEGO Dimensions faced challenges due to the high cost of expansion packs and growing competition in augmented reality games. Despite the initial excitement, the theme struggled to maintain momentum, and the game was shut down in 2017. The limitations in the game's long-term appeal and the financial problems introduced by the all but required expansion packs contributed to the problems faced by LEGO Dimensions. What was your favorite fail in this video? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.